What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between? I'm Vince, and that is Pat from The Beard Speaks. Pat, what's up, brother?
What's up, man?
What's
My
happening?
beard is speaking today. How you doing?
Right, nice. Yeah, I finally got that dye out from Halloween. But
yeah, right. It's all right.
Yeah, I think I might do the winter beard for the winter.
Are you throwing in the beard oil and the balm? Are you doing all that?
Oil. I use the oil. I do
All right.
use the oil.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get this one company to sponsor. It's for bald men. It's skin products for bald men.
There you go. A little bald balm.
Yeah, it's called Head. So why not start? Hey, every good day starts out with a little head.
That's
Head skincare products for men.
That's right, baby.
I mean, it writes itself.
It writes itself, man. All right, what's up, everybody?
Okay, so we're doing Whitesnake. Peak,
we are
the band, like how we know them.
Yeah.
Peak. Man, I don't even want to even call his band hair metal, but he was kind of lumped into that, even though he's
a lot of bands are
just
yeah, I know. Just because of the look. And I think a lot of bands got that rap, but yeah,
he was not a hair band guy.
No, not at all. No.
But yeah, I mean, because so Whitesnake started out as kind of like a Leonard Skinner.
They were yeah, they were a blues. They were blues, a British blues rock band.
Yeah, and there was like 1 million members.
Yeah, unfortunately,
like that. It was like very intricate.
Yeah,
and then they started off with the first album that kind of hit in United States, and that was Slide It In.
Yeah, and a lot of when we get there'll be some fun stories about Slide It In that I was reading. I'm sure you did too. But
all right, well, I just want to go through. Okay, so Pat is the guitar aficionado of this broadcast, so let's go through just some of the guitar players.
Yeah, man.
Who's this?
Mr. Vai.
Steve Vai.
Yes, sir.
Great player. Never belonged in Whitesnake.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a funny story that goes along with that one.
Yeah.
Is that David Coverdale never heard his stuff with David Lee Roth Band or Frank Zappa. He saw him on Crossroads, the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Guitar solo.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, okay. Well, that kind of explains
it. You missed the whole boat there on Steve Vai.
Exactly.
That's okay. Yeah,
Right.
To get this job just from that, that's okay.
Oh, yeah. But and then Mr. Sykes.
Oh, look at John Sykes. There you go.
That guy's an animal.
Yeah.
He's really good. Then, of course,
my
man,
buddy
Vivian Campbell.
Yep.
That's a nice gold top there.
Oh, it is. That's beautiful.
Right. And then we have, of course, Vandenberg.
Adrian Vandenberg.
Yeah. And Mr. Hoekstra.
There's Joe Hoekstra.
Didn't turn out. But yeah, this is basically, the Whitesnake before we knew him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go into who the personnel was here. So obviously David, in the beginning, it was David Coverdale, right? Mm-hmm. Mick Moody on guitar. Bernie Mardison, I'm going to butcher his name, but I think it's Mardson on guitar, right? Mm-hmm. Neil Murray on bass, Dave Dowell on drums, and John Lord on keyboards. John Lord sounds like a porn name, but hey, I'm going to give it up for that guy.
Wasn't that the dude for House of Lords?
Right?
Was that him?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They could probably find out in 2 seconds, but no, I don't think so. But that's the first lineup, and what did you think of that first album?
Oh, the very first one?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I went from Slide It In up.
You didn't listen to the very first Whitesnake?
No, because I want to do it from As We Knew Them when they broke up, because I didn't want to listen to 14 albums.
I listened to every single one, dude.
Okay, so school me on.
We'll just brush over then the first ones, because this is very interesting. No, it's okay. This is very interesting. Okay. So this band, the way they transformed, they were okay. So they started out as British rock blues band, right? And the sound was not so edgy. It was just very blues based. Yeah. And these original guitar players believe it or not, wrote a lot of the hits that you will hear on Slide It In and on the Whitesnake album, 1987 Whitesnake album. So, and his original bass player, let me go back here, I believe was Neil Murray.
Yeah.
He was actually, he carried through for a very long time. I think all the way up to the 1987 album. And I'll get there and see if I'm wrong. But for sure he was on Slide It In. So what's funny is when these couple of albums were released, the first originals, right? They were, let me go back here and see which ones. There was a point in time where Coverdale started talking to I believe it was John Sykes. And let's see here. Album. Here we go. So Trouble was their first album in 1978. Love Hunter in 1979. Ready and Willing was 1980. Come and Get It was in 1981. Saints and Sinners came out in 1982. And just around that time is when David Coverdale started, I want to change the sound of the band. Right. And the two original guitar players were like, what are you doing, dude? You know, they were the ones that were writing with him, and they were the underbelly of that band, and just that sound, that blues, British blues, sound.
Right.
So they recorded Slide It In.
Right. But also what's happening at this time is Deep Purple comes back with Perfect Strangers.
Right.
You got all this kind of thing resurfacing of Purple and everything. And a lot of people from our generation, I'm 53, didn't know that David Coverdale wasn't singing with Deep Purple.
Right.
They never knew that because they missed those years. They knew Smoke on the Water.
Right.
Perfect Strangers.
Right.
So there's a lot of movement going on, Man on the Silver Mountain with Rainbow and everything.
Rainbow,
Purple was percolating in American audiences.
Right. And I think Coverdale wanted to break through, and that they really weren't, up until this point. So their
first three albums were in the top 10 in England.
Yeah, they were great. They were phenomenal out there. Yeah. That blues sound and everything, they were really doing great.
Yeah.
But Coverdale, he was looking at those other bands, and he wanted to break through here in the States, and what they were doing just wasn't working.
Right.
So when right before he recorded Slide It In, let's see here. It was John Sykes, and it was some party, and he was kind of putting down his player, I think it was Mickey Moody, and he's like, man, what's he doing, right? So the record company released Slide It In. So there's two versions of this.
Right.
I listened to both of them.
Oh, you did? Because it gets confusing, like it
does. So the original Slide It In came out in Europe, and that was with the original lineup of the band.
Okay.
They recorded the songs, they wrote the songs, and they released the album. Then when I get it confused, it's either EMI or Geffen. I think Geffen released here in the States, and EMI released in UK, right?
Yeah.
So they basically pulled the guitar players out. He brought John Sykes in. John Sykes re-recorded everything.
Right.
And obviously they kind of redid his vocals and whatnot. And so on that one, it's David Coverdale. Now Mel Galley, I think I'm saying his name right, his backup guitars and stuff like that stayed on the album. Mick Moody's guitars were gone. They brought in John Sykes guitars for the US version.
Right.
They had a different bass player for the UK version than his original bass player. That weird. They brought his original bass player in to record the US version. Odd, but they did. And then they brought Cozy Powell on drums. Right.
I was like, what? Cozy Powell is in this band? Are you kidding me?
So he records the drums, and he's on both versions. And then so I listened to the albums back to back, and of course, Slide It In, US version, has the punch. It has John Sykes' guitar tone, and which he was chasing that tone and trying to get that tone for the album.
Yeah.
And David Coverdale's voice is a lot more bright produced. You know what I'm saying? And for metal, not blues.
Right.
That's my take on up until Slide It In.
No, that's funny because it says 2 bands on this album.
Yeah,
just from listening to it.
Yeah,
it was some of it was disconnected. It was very 80s production, akin to Survivor and Foreigner.
Yeah,
I found that to be a little distracting for a little bit, but Slide It In's a great song.
Yeah,
Standing in the Shadow, I have Foreigner next to it.
Yep.
Give Me More Time's all right. Love Ain't No Stranger, of course.
Yep.
And that would be re-recorded again.
Right.
And Slow and Easy, Spit It Out, great tune. My favorite tunes on this album were, of course, Slide It In, Spit It Out, All or Nothing, and Hungry for Love.
Hungry for Love is a great one. That's on my list.
Yeah. I have Deep Purple. It would have made a great Deep Purple song.
It would have. Yeah.
And then Hungry for Love, digging the intro, but it's a bit Leonard Skinnerd.
Yeah, I see that.
Like the leftovers.
Yeah.
From the band that never was.
The band that never was, right.
The band.
Yeah, no, this is a great album. It is my first Whitesnake album.
Yeah, I had this
I ever listened to. So yeah.
Really?
I heard this before I listened to the 1987 album.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
blame that on older cousins who gave me stuff.
And going through this, I stopped listening. I stopped buying that Slip of the Tongue.
Yeah, same.
So that's
which I'm very disappointed in, but we'll get there.
Right. So, I don't have anything against Whitesnake. I think they're a great band.
Yeah.
I had some of their stuff. I just didn't buy their later stuff because of life and
right. So yeah.
Rediscovering some of this music is really cool.
It is. Yeah.
And we're not bashing on the band. We only cover bands that we respect, admire, and love.
Sure. Of course.
But so Geffen saw, this is starting to sell. Boom.
Yeah.
Put money into this band. It's the first album on Geffen Records. So 6 million.
That's what it was. Geffen released it here. EMI released it in Europe.
6 million albums sold.
Okay. Yep.
1984, produced by Martin Birch. I put Change Styles on the corner. And then so then we get to they have some money and MTV behind them now.
Right.
And their secret weapon.
Yeah.
You know what the secret weapon was?
It's a secret weapon.
Secret weapon was
Tawny Katane. Yeah. I just looked up and I'm like, yeah, there she is. Yeah.
If they didn't give her like 10% of the sales from that album.
Oh, I know. Shame on them.
Seriously, as a wow, thank you.
Right.
Dumb luck.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you on the Jaguar, you're gonna dance, and you're gonna sell 17 kajillion copies.
Sure.
8 billion copies.
That's crazy, man.
Sold of Whitesnake. So Cozy Powell leaves the group.
Yep.
His last show was on this tour. The producers Mike Stone and Keith Olsen.
Right.
Okay, so I have here so first is Crying in the Rain 87. So they're already.
So that song was on one of the first albums.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So a lot of the stuff which is really I've done it.
It's retconned it, dude.
Yeah, I've brought back songs that I've written years ago. I play with other bands. I'm like, I know this song could be better, and then boom,
they double platinumed.
Yeah,
these tunes.
Yeah, like Here I Go Again is basically a remake.
Yeah. And John Sykes is on this album.
Yep, his original bass player Neil Murray, the very original bass player, is on this album. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
he's in for the ride, and then they had Ainsley Dunbar on drums.
Yeah, and okay, so it's Crying in the Rain, great opening riff, of course.
Yep.
Bad Boys is a solid tune.
Yep.
But the Fuck Yeah song from that album was Still the Night. I mean, that drum beat was so, out of nowhere.
I know.
And dude, it's a great drum line in that whole thing. But that's when the new band was born. It was with that song.
Yeah, and it wasn't even the band because
Right.
I think he called them the Vid Kids or something like that when he actually put together the band for the videos.
Right.
And right. Those guys aren't even on this album.
Yeah, but visually they never knew.
No, nobody knew.
So Still the Night was Whitesnake.
Yeah.
That okay.
Right.
It's your brand.
Right.
Now you're stuck with some of these dudes for a long time.
Yeah.
And then Here I Go Again, 87 version.
Right.
So some of their popular tunes are,
they're remakes basically or redone.
Yeah, give me all the old. So I got 2 stars on that. 3 stars is like my highest rating.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's 2 different titles and track listings to this album as well.
Yeah, I think they released in Japan something different.
Really confusing because Whitesnake, they're mainly not an American band, so they're doing more international stuff. So there's all the Japanese versions, and European, and this, that, and the other, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
He probably has 50 albums out rather than his 13.
Yeah, yeah. Because there's so many different track, mix it, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, then Children of the Night. Okay. Oh, Is This Love? I call this the snuggle up close song all girlfriends love.
Yeah. It's a great tune though. What a great guitar solo.
Yeah, and also very Foreigner like.
Very Foreigner like, yeah.
Yeah. But it's the song that the girlfriend would, come and hug your arm.
Yeah.
And,
right.
It was that kind of song.
Yep, it was.
I'm Casey Kasem, and everyone here's Whitesnake with Give Me All Your Love. So, but Children of the Night, it was okay. Straight Out for the Heart. I have cheesy keyboard and 80s riff.
Yeah, Straight for the Heart, yeah.
Aldridge and Sarzo join in 87 in prep for tour.
Yep.
Don't Turn Away is their last song on the album, I believe.
So the last song on the album, if you have that version.
Right. Right.
Because I think the version, let's see, there's another version that's got what's the name of that song? It's a great tune too. I don't know why it wasn't on the original version, but yeah, it's I can't find a bad song on this album, honestly. I mean, there's weaker, honestly, but I mean every song on this album is phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's when Whitesnake became the legendary Whitesnake,
Right.
And again, now he's got 17 members in his band.
Yeah, I know. He's got tons of people in his band.
But hey, right on, man. As long as they're all playing,
Right.
But all right. So what are your favorite songs on this one?
Man, it sounds stupid, but I love almost every song. Crying in the Rain's amazing. Bad Boys, I love that riff. I love the guitar tone on this album. I mean, holy crap, dude. The guitars on this album are just phenomenal.
And at this point, they were one of the biggest bands in the world.
Yeah.
It was Bon Jovi, if not bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, commercially.
Yeah. Still the Night, obviously one of my favorites on here. Here I Go Again's a great tune. Give Me All Your Love. Give Me All Your Love I just love that drum beat. It's a cheesy, just 80s metal tune. I love that song.
Right.
Obviously, Is This Love? Great. I love the guitar solo. I love the tone. See, I love songs sometimes more based on the guitar and the tone, and it brings a song alive. So for me, that's why I love that one. Children of the Night is a great tune too. Straight for the Heart. I love that song. I have it on and I'm going like 80 down the fucking highway. I love that tune, man. And Don't Turn Away. It's a nice closer. And I think it's You're Gonna Break My Heart. You're Gonna Break My Heart Again is the other song that was on like the bonus or something like that, or the Japanese version. But I like that tune too. So I can't believe they didn't put that on the actual on the actual album. But otherwise,
yeah,
it's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to say which ones are my favorite. Every one of them is just great. I don't know. This is one of those albums where I can't find a bad song.
Right. So now,
like we used to say about Van Halen, it's
right. So now Whitesnake is, you know,
so that's how I feel. Yeah.
At the, could you repeat that? You cut out, Pat.
Oh, I'm sorry. You cut out too. So we must be having that thing again. Right. I said, like we said with Van Halen, a bad Van Halen song is still a good song.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So on this album, if it's a bad song, it's still a good song.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And now the machine is booking.
Right.
The machine is oiled. They know what they're doing. There's a Whitesnake sound, a brand, and time to go record another album. And so now we didn't Vandenberg has been having issues and he needs surgery in order to play.
Right.
So is Vivian Campbell also gone?
He's gone. Yeah, he does not record on this album.
Good.
It was just Vandenberg stuck around. I don't know. I think John Sykes had it enough or something happened there, and he's out. So Vandenberg actually wrote this album with Coverdale, and when they were about to record, he had some issues with his hand, and it was a car accident or something. He had an accident.
Yeah, and this is in 1989, produced by Mike Klink and Keith Olsen.
Yeah.
But
he kept Rudy Sarzo and Tommy Aldridge. They recorded on this. Yeah, and then
Tommy Aldridge was with them 3 different times.
Yeah.
So like 10 years the first time, 5 years the second time,
and
then he's been with them since the last 10 years or something like that. I don't know. But you paused a little bit, so there you go. Are you back?
Yeah.
All right. So 10 years, I think, for the last 10 years. But dude, he's a monster player.
Yeah.
I know you use that term a lot, monster, but I mean, there's interviews where his bandmates or Hoaxster's like, dude, this guy's like 73 years old.
Yeah.
His warm-up is he plays the entire show before the show.
Yeah. It's insane.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
For anybody at any age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, good on him.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But, so we move into Slip of the Tongue. Oop. And Slip of the Tongue, Cheap and Nasty. It says rewriting Fool for Your Love. So it sounded very reminiscent. I think it was like an alternate take.
Yeah. Well, Fool for Your Loving is a song from an old album.
Right. So it seemed like it was like heavy leaned on that. Then there's Fool for Your Loving 84, which they're retrofitting for hits. Because it's a good song. Glenn Hughes guests on backup vocals on 3 of the songs on this album.
Yep.
Steve Vai walks in. And I said here, lost the Whitesnake sound. Now You're Gone. Kitten's Got Claws is a rocker. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Wings of the Storm, The Deeper the Love. Judgment Day. And I have a Kiss Beat from Love It Loud.
Okay.
Liked it, then it just starts repeating, but it got repetitive
for you. Okay.
And then the slowpoke music, I dig the riff on that one a lot.
Yeah.
And Sailing Ships, I just have
I wasn't a fan of that one either.
Yeah. But
I mean,
so
it's weird.
The machine fell apart.
Yeah, I think so.
They tried to do the Hail Mary, brought in Vi, who was a commodity at the time.
Right.
He was hot.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work,
Yeah.
And plus, Nirvana comes in.
All that crap came into town. But
so they took a break in 1991. And then that's when he started working with Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
So they had the
Coverdale Page
going on.
Yeah.
And that was that was in 93 when they did the Coverdale Page.
Yep.
That was a whole weird thing. Maybe we should do like weird bands that should have worked but didn't.
Work. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he comes back 97, he's back at EMI. And this album is called Restless Heart.
Yeah, which this album was not a Whitesnake album. So this album was a David Coverdale solo album. And the record company said, you better put the Whitesnake name on this thing. So I listened to it. I wasn't a fan of it. I don't even think really much of it stuck out to me. There was some okay songs, but it didn't feel like Whitesnake to me, I guess. But yeah, that's really what this was. He was doing a solo album.
Different look for this than the way that he looked at the time. And he's like, no, you're known as Whitesnake.
Yeah.
Coverdale, aka Whitesnake.
Yeah.
So they forced it on him, which kind of probably killed the album for him.
Probably did, because like I said, I mean, there's not much on this album that really did anything.
Right.
I listened to it. I think I tried to run it through twice.
Yeah.
The first time I listened to it all the way through. The second time I was jumping around to see did anything stick out to me, but not really. I mean, there was some good guitar solos, some good stuff on here, some good bluesy stuff, but it wasn't really a Whitesnake album, and he had a lot of different musicians on here. I mean, Vandenberg was back on this one. He was
on the whole album.
Huh?
Adrian was on the whole album.
He was on the whole album, yeah. So he was back on this one, but he had a lot of other musicians in and out throughout the whole album too.
Yeah, and produced by David Coverdale.
Right. So there you go. Because it was, again, supposed to be his solo album.
Right. And
did you like anything off this album? I mean, I can't really even say.
Don't Fade Away. This is Restless Heart we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Don't Fade Away. I'm old.
Okay.
It says Going Country.
Yeah, and All in the Name of Love.
Twain to show up.
Yeah.
Do like a duet. I'm not bashing him. Like, seriously, they would have worked.
He was trying to do something different. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could tell it's a solo album. It is not Whitesnake.
Right.
And people are like, what's the difference? Man, there is a difference.
There's a huge difference.
Total, And so now he's in a box, and for the,
right.
All in the Name of Love, Restless Heart, okay. Too Many Tears, that's a Whitesnake ballad.
It is, yeah.
And it should have been definitely should have been a solo outing.
Yeah.
Crying, a nice bluesy riff.
Yes.
I dig blues, so lower register vocals.
Yeah, very much so.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And he knew that he was going to possibly have to sing these for another 20 years after.
Right. So he really
20 years later from Deep Purple, he's like, I better not scream all the time.
Yeah.
Nothing, I love his voice.
Oh, so do I.
Stay With Me. Can't Go On. You're So Fine. I liked it. Your Precious Love. This should have been huge. And I think they should re-release it and record it as a country song.
Yeah.
It works, but they sold it wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Take Me Back ends well. And then Women Trouble Blues. I actually love that song.
That was a good tune. Yeah.
I even posted that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was with EMI.
That was with EMI, yeah. And they're releasing it again. They're doing
good.
an anniversary special of it, yeah, with a whole new cover.
Maybe Shania Twain will appear on track number 1.
I don't know. It's a very weird release to do an anniversary release for. I mean, it's not even a Whitesnake album. So what do they?
That's money.
It's money, yeah.
It's got the Whitesnake name, so therefore
it's got the Whitesnake name on there. It's like if you go to the Whitesnake website, this is featured as their new release.
Oh, interesting.
And they're making a big deal about it too, box set type thing and everything. And I'm like, for this album?
Yeah, it's on his last tour.
Yeah,
he's got Dino Jelznick in the band, multi-instrumentalist, vocalist, who sounds a lot like David Copperfield. I mean, David Coverdale, David Copperfield.
Yeah, David Coverdale.
Holy moly. But yeah, he sounds pretty, but he's another talent.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, dude, he's in his 70s, man. He's having a great time.
They're having a great time, right?
Yeah. He's got nothing to prove to anybody.
Right.
And I love in interviews, so he's always calling people darling.
Darling, yeah.
Oh, yes, darling. As I was saying, I was eating brie off a strip. Yeah. But so then we get to we go to 2007. I didn't even know this album existed.
Yeah.
I heard a damn song on it.
Neither did I, unfortunately.
And
Good to Be Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love Red Beach, and this is where Red Beach comes in. And I think I knew Red Beach was. Well, I did know Red Beach was playing with Whitesnake only because I went to see Winger, and there was something about Whitesnake was mentioned.
Yeah, Red Beach played with
during the show. I mean, watching that guy play live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's just amazing.
And you know, like on most of these albums, you know, I'll have the stars on this side. You see a couple.
Yeah.
Couple on that one.
Yeah.
And we get to this album. Dude, triples, doubles.
Yeah.
This is my favorite Whitesnake album.
There's a lot of great songs.
I'm so happy album, I listened to this album.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason. But
from here on out, I got a smile on my face because again, Red Beach, man, is a freaking phenomenal guitar player.
Yeah.
Now, David Coverdale did something different with his voice.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah, and this is produced by the Brutal Brothers, which is Coverdale, Aldridge, and Michael McIntyre.
Yeah.
But Best Years had a good intro.
Yep.
For some reason, I put 5 minutes and and it's a 5 minute and 15-second song.
Yeah.
The album, which normally wouldn't work, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Can you hear the wind blow? Great song, kind of remind me of Deep Purple and the vocals, but Call on Me, I double love this song. Great hard driving, groovy riffs. I love groove, dude.
Yeah.
So you know, this also won the Classic Rock Award for Album of the Year.
It did.
Yeah. And then All I Want, All I Need is track 4.
Great tune.
Yeah. And I put next to it, can't do Coverdale ballads anymore.
Yeah.
I just blank out, dude. I can't
blank out. I thought it was a great
tune.
No
offense. I just, the ex-girlfriends over the years, the amount of times I had to hear.
Yeah.
I'm slightly damaged, Mr. Coverdale.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
I do like a good ballad, but I thought that was a great tune.
Yeah. Good to Be Bad. Double loved it.
That was a great tune too.
All of Me is the only meh song for me.
Or All for Love, you mean? Yeah.
Summer Rain, acoustic 70s type of tune.
Right.
It kind of reminded me of Little River Band.
It did. Yeah. Yeah. Had that vibe.
Yeah. Lay Down Your Love. It's got some Queen style vocals that open up the track back. This is a triple love. So this is my favorite song on my
Fool in Love.
Yeah. Fool in Love, 1 star, but I liked it. Got What You Need. And it says good heavy blues tune. 11 is Till the End of Time. Good tune. And it says could be my new favorite album and my new favorite Whitesnake album for sure. So yeah, I really liked it. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean the guitar, I mean Doug Aldrich is on this one. Who do we got? Let's see for personnel. Yeah, you got Doug Aldrich on guitar, Red Beach on guitar, Timothy Dury's on keyboards, Uriah Duffy's on bass, and Chris Frazier on drums.
Yeah,
I mean just the guitars alone. I keep saying that I'm a guitar player, but the guitars alone.
I think this is a perfect Whitesnake album.
Yeah, it's a great Whitesnake album for sure.
You know, they got their one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though they have multiple albums that are fucking great.
Yeah.
This one is like, to me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a good one. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of standouts for me. I mean, there's a lot of great moments on the album. Yeah. Like, like I said, Best Years. Yeah. Can You Hear the Wind Blow? I think, Lay Down Your Love, Fool in Love, Got What You Need. They're all good tunes, and there's a lot of great moments, but not great songs. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, because maybe why am I holding it? Every time I listen to a Whitesnake album, am I stuck trying to hold it to the same level as 1987 Whitesnake? You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to stop doing that. I think.
Right. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. You can't come back, and it makes me sit there and go, "Why am I trying to wait for another Still the Night? It's not going to happen. Stop."
Right.
Yeah.
But
a good album nonetheless.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
and you know, they're on their goodbye tour or whatever,
Yeah.
their final tour.
Right.
And let's see, did I put up a new and of course it didn't transfer. But yeah, I was gonna
That's
anyway,
IT shit right there.
but yeah, so the next one is Forevermore, 2011, produced by the Los Brothers Brutalis, which is David Coverdale, Aldridge, and McIntyre.
Yep.
Steal Your Heart Away, Rougher Voice.
Rougher, totally. This is a different band. This is a different band, but not.
Nod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's like we can't top the last album. We got to go and, you know, I don't know. This album is all right. I like it.
I like this album better than the last one.
All Out of Luck, great riffs.
Great riffs.
So like we're trying to like kind of find, I guess they found their groove again in a way, but it was a different band, like you said.
Right. Yeah.
Love Will Set You Free, easier said than done. I have a note on here. Guitar is really strong on this album.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's probably why you like it. Yeah. Tell Me How. And it just is riffage.
Riff, dude. Riff heaven.
Yeah. I Need You. One of the Days. It's a different type of ballad. One of these days.
Yeah.
It's a different type of, it's not a Whitesnake ballad. It's a straight up ballad.
It's a straight up ballad. Yeah.
Love and Treat Me Right. Strong song.
Yep.
Dogs in the Street.
That was one that I wasn't really happy with.
Almost like Stand Up and Shout Dio vibe.
Yes.
With the guitar opener.
Yes.
Fare Thee Well. And I have a note here. Did he want to be Michael Bolton?
I think so. This one was okay, but it was a very
like he easily could have transferred into that space and done huge business.
Yeah. Which is I think what he was trying to do with his solo album that turned into a Whitesnake album.
Right.
Yeah.
But Whipping Boy Blues, I really like that tune a lot.
Good tune, yep.
My Evil Ways, I really like that song.
Yep.
And Forevermore was okay.
It was an okay tune.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the album started out strong, and the tune Steal Your Heart Away was a total Deep Purple nod in my opinion, which they should actually put that song as the last song.
Yeah.
Because then they did the Purple album.
Right.
And that was in 2015, and people are like, wait, he was in Deep Purple?
Right.
You know, because they basically squashed that whole era of the band. You don't remember hearing anything about it.
Well, Burn is, you know.
And Glenn Hughes, another, you know, he disappeared for a long time and then came out of nowhere and had 17 bands. And what a strong voice on that guy.
Yep.
Great stage presence too. Speaking of, one of my favorite Deep Purple songs, Burn.
Yeah, Burn. That's what I was just saying, Burn.
Oh, man.
Yep.
She doesn't go for the high vocal on there, but who would? You Fool No One. I liked Love Child.
Yeah.
Sail Away. I liked The Gypsy. I really liked Lady Double Dealer.
Lady Double Dealer, yeah.
And Mistreated.
Yep.
Holy Man is all right. Might Just Take Your Life. I like that song. You Keep Moving. Soldier of Fortune. Great ballad. I actually listened to it.
Yeah, you did, huh?
You know, I let the other ones play, but I was like, oh my God.
Blackmore, man. Yeah, no, that's a great tune.
But Lay Down, Stay Down. I like that tune. And of course,
and Stormbringer, yeah.
If you're a David Coverdale, Deep Purple fan, how could you not love Stormbringer?
Stormbringer, right.
But that was in 2015.
Great album. I mean, classic, you know.
And Tommy Aldridge is back.
And Tommy's back, yeah. But classic Deep Purple, Coverdale era tunes. Great. I mean, great album. You know, if you like Deep Purple and want to hear more of an updated thing, you know.
Yeah, can you imagine what? Well, plus he also gets better royalties on it.
Yeah,
but can you imagine being 18 years old and all of a sudden you're singer of Deep Purple,
right?
Like, and not turn into a total drug addict just because of the pressure. I mean, he's like, oh, it's fine, darling.
Right, it's fine.
But he's always really cool in interviews, always exceptionally nice.
Yeah.
People can say whatever, he's a businessman and man, he's the boss.
Yeah.
His band when it comes down to it,
Right.
And I think he's a stand-up guy. He's always tried to, he's for the fans.
Yeah.
You know, he's not one of the, he's not elusive, and he seems really,
He's very interactive on Twitter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we get to Flesh and Blood, their final album.
I love this album. I have to say, I listened to it like 2 or 3 times today, just today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I went back. I listened to Forevermore also, and I listened to this one today, but I listened to this one more today because I was really busy, and I was just like, hey, let me just put something on. I'm like, we're doing Whitesnake. Let me just keep listening.
Right.
And I love this album. I mean, again, Red Beach, and then we got Joel Hoekstra.
Yeah.
Right. And
Hulkster's doing a lot of stuff right now, man. He's with Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah.
He released a album with Michael Sweet.
Yep.
And Tommy Aldridge.
Yeah.
So he's already kind of checking out to see where he's going to go once Whitesnake calls it a day.
Yeah.
But
what a killer album, man.
Yeah. And a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like all of his players seem to be gentlemen.
Right. Right.
And a lady for the new bass player. But
yes.
Yeah, so this is produced by Coverdale, Red Beach, Joel Hoekstra, and Michael McIntyre. So, all hands on deck. This is the last album. And it's kind of a weird last album, but it just says I just put energy is a little odd.
You think so?
I liked a lot of songs on this.
Yeah.
It was probably, maybe some of their feelings of melancholy.
Okay.
Going through that normally as proper Englishmen
you
don't do.
Right.
Yeah, my stepdad was from England, so that kind of was like a weird thing to me.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But you kind of feel it,
Yeah.
Like we did a reaction video to Father Time for Sammy Hagar that comes out on Friday.
Okay.
And he's like sad in this song.
Yeah.
He's talking about the end of his life and it. So so I kind of got the same
vibe in this.
Yeah, same feeling of that, but he has every right to. It's his band.
Yeah, it's his stuff, right.
But I've got nothing for respect for the guy.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. And from a guy who almost lost his voice and didn't know he'd be able to sing vocals on Whitesnake.
Right.
Comes back. I guess he'd recorded all the vocals previously.
Yeah.
And he fucking hated them.
Yep.
So they were re-recording the vocals in the United States.
Yep.
And he was so embarrassed by Still of the Night.
Yep.
He did the vocals twice and he was totally embarrassed, and that's what's on the album.
Yep. You believe that?
It's in the accidents, people.
Yep.
The good stuff, the magic is in the accidents. So good to see you again. I really liked.
Yep.
Gonna Be All Right. It was all right.
Yep.
Shut Up and Kiss Me. Background vocals. Not branded Whitesnake vocals.
No, it's a very pop metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what they were trying to do there.
There's no slam, just hey, that's not a Whitesnake background vocal.
But then again, remember, you got Red Beach writing with him and so you got different style writers also with them. So yep.
Now here's where I really dug the vocals is Hey You.
Yeah, this is a great
song. Me Rock. What
a great song.
Yeah. This is my favorite song on the album.
Yeah.
Always and Forever. Meh. Number 6, When I Think of You, Color Me Blues. The vocals seem to be faltering in this because there's something up with his vibrato.
Yeah.
When he said it's not, they either should have sharpened him up or gave him a week to come back. And I'm not slamming him at all. It's just you can tell, you
can tell something's up. Yeah.
Right. Maybe you should have done something else if you're hearing the age of the voice.
Right.
Or maybe
we definitely are hearing his age in this album, but for his age, Jesus, dude.
Right. I'd be happy when I was 23 recording this.
Right.
I'd be like,
yeah.
Trouble Is Your Middle Name.
Good
Spoken Word via David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
So that's what he was, Flesh and Blood. And they start doing spoken word songs.
Yeah, I know.
Their voices getting fatigued.
Yeah.
And nothing to prove, like I said. Well, I Never. Then Heart of Stone, and that's Also reminiscent of Crying in the Rain. So there must
It
be
is.
several different versions of that song, like
Yeah.
floating around in mixtapes or something.
Yeah. I dug that one too.
Or it was that one that they were he kept on trying to get right.
Right. Yeah.
Within those, that chord structure there.
Yeah.
Get Up, Killer Texas Boogie Woogie.
Yeah. Great tune.
Love that tune. After All is their Beatles song.
It is.
I've been noticing lately, like every band we do has their Beatles song.
They have their Beatles tune, yeah.
And that's pretty cool. Sands of Time. And then if you had the other version, you'd say,
yes,
Can't Do Right for Doing Wrong.
Wow, what a great song, dude. I listened to that song a couple of times today. I was like, that's just a great tune.
Yeah. It says, If I Can't Have You, it says nice stripper friendly album.
Yeah.
Rear stopper.
Yeah.
Akin again. That was the note from the other one. Okay, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. All these our legacy bands are, gonna ride off into the rust set.
And who's gonna bring it back, right? Who's continuing on? I don't know. It's so hard for a new. I'm trying to find in between all of this, like what's out there. You know what I mean? And who's
right?
Where these bands are coming from, and it's like hard.
That's what we're doing with Tunage. Like,
yeah,
there's bands out there that I've missed. That people miss just because you got other things going on. How did I not know about Anthony Gomes? And then there's Austin Moe, he's holding it up, and then there's Jared James Nichols. And
you don't hear anything on the radio anymore, dude.
Well, yeah.
The radio is dead.
There's no marketing budget, so all these guys have to do it on their own.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting talking to some of these bands.
Yeah.
And most of them are cool and they're grateful to get the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But there was a Buckethead was working with the band. He's producing, and they were kind of difficult.
Yeah.
I'm like, we do a live show. This is the time it starts. It's like, oh, can you do it at this time? Like, we do a live show.
Right.
This is when it starts.
Right.
And then they're like, we can't stay up that late. Excuse me.
That's crazy.
You, sir, are not rock and roll.
No. Well,
but yeah, well, you got to do all types of things when you're around the world, man. You can have
that's it, man.
Yeah, so we've got some cool people coming on. In the new year. So should we take like eras? Like, let's say Judas Priest, British Steel to X record.
Yeah.
Like do a snapshot of like their 4 albums.
Yeah.
Should we do stuff like that as well? Should we
I think we hit I'm thinking like Rat,
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest.
Yeah, we could do the Sunset Strip next.
Yeah, we could do like a Sunset Strip thing, because we still got Motley. Well, we did Motley Crue, but we got that Motley Crue era of
like the Lynch years.
Yeah,
because after Lynch, it's okay, but
but don't forget you still have Red Beach in there too, and John Norum. So there's some good guitar players. I'm a diehard Dokken fan, so
and Stryper.
And of course, we got to do Stryper too. So yeah, we got a whole pool to pick from. So I think we're gonna be okay.
We haven't done Metallica. We haven't done Priest.
Right.
Deep Purple.
Yeah.
There's so much different stuff in here. So if you guys want a band covered, why don't you go down there and type it, hit like and subscribe, and of course share. But how was your Christmas, man?
Good, nice and quiet. Had the fam. I cooked. Some good sausage and peppers. Italian Christmas.
I saw the pictures.
Yep.
Right on. Yeah, I cooked a roast on Christmas Day. Kind of took it easy. I worked Christmas Eve, but took it easy. Actually had a day off.
There you go.
But took another day off after New Year's. Just over the past like 6 months, I've had like 4 days off, dude.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
time to relax, man.
Yeah, I'm not 25-year-old.
No, of course not.
I'm not even 45 anymore.
Right. But yeah, man, it's the holidays. I mean, the year's over. This is it, guys. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
And please give us your suggestions on what bands to do next. like, share, subscribe.
Right?
There's
All that good stuff. Every bit
there
helps.
it is.
And, before we go, I just wanted to give a shout out here to Junior Unbroken Soul for pointing out our one of our mistakes on one of the Kiss. Yeah, it's just, hey, you forgot.
We have them. We're not perfect.
Oh, you didn't get this. It's not this song. It's that song. Blah blah blah.
Right.
I left out an R. He's like, I hate to be that guy, but then we got our first troll, which was funny, but I kind of ripped him a new one. But, just for the first one, I'm not gonna, I don't care about any trolls after this. But
guys, we're having fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're not on here to try to.
No.
We're
just sharing our love for music.
Just sharing our love for
Here's
music.
the band that we love. Here's what we found. Good, bad, or indifferent. Nothing but respect for the guys. Whitesnake is an amazingly talented group of guys.
Oh,
and now a female. Here's a new lineup. Minus the bass player.
Right.
So Jelsnick is there, and the dude on the end with the glasses and the beard.
Yeah.
To the left, it was replaced not too long ago. There's Red Beach again, and yeah, man, what the amount of years of talent in that band.
Oh, it's disgusting.
That's not a knock,
Yeah.
And I often wonder what these young pop stars think of when they see, like, when all these young pop stars were in the PR tables at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
What are they thinking about Judas Priest? They must be going, what is going on?
Right.
No one's doing choreographed dance. They're not singing a track. This dude's 74 years old.
Right.
Melting my face.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody, Metal New Year to you.
Happy Metal New Year.
Pat, love you, brother.
Love you, man. We'll see you guys all in 2023.
Absolutely. Happy New Year, everyone. Drive safe. And remember, if you're feeling down, please pick up a phone, call someone, text 988, and someone will get back to you. And, make it a new year. And you can start anew any day. It doesn't have to be on New Year's. It could be today.
Exactly.
But anyway, everyone, have a great one. Thanks for Album by Album. Thank you, Pat. And thank you, Mr. David Coverdale.
Yes.
For one of the most legendary bands of heavy metal hard rock. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Peace.
Later.